So today's lesson is a one-step equations review. So the first thing I want you to do is fill in your vocabulary, or fill in the blanks here. It says, inverse operations are pairs of mathematical operations that undo or reverse each other's effects. It is fundamental for solving equations. Now, I do want to remind you guys that this is a review from 6th grade, okay? You should already know the process for solving one-step equations. So, as a reminder, here are your inverse operations. So the inverse of addition is subtraction. The inverse of subtraction is addition. The inverse of multiplication is division. And the inverse of division is multiplication. Make sure you fill in your table. So, for example 1, we're looking at addition equations. Now again, the inverse of addition is subtraction, okay? Now, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is about this thing called the cover-up method. The cover-up method. And we want to use the cover-up method, okay? Now, what does that mean? That means we're going to cover up the term we're solving for. So you're just going to take your finger and you're going to cover what we're solving. So what are we solving for? We're solving for x. We want to know what the x is, right? So you're going to take your finger, please listen. You're going to take your finger and you're going to put it on the x. You guys don't scribble it out, you just put your finger on it, okay? Now, so, I forgot that I wanted you to, where the equal sign is, I want you to draw a line there. So, we want to get that blue dot, or whatever is behind your finger, by itself on that left-hand side of the equal sign. So if that's the case, what do I want to get rid of? The 25. We want this dot by itself, so we want to get rid of the 25. Does everybody understand that? So this says plus 25, right? So that means yes, we want to subtract 25. So we're going to subtract 25 on both sides. Very good. And now, let me erase this. So now, you guys, we've got a number plus its opposite. That's equal to 0. And what is x plus 0? X. X plus 0 is x. So now we have x by itself. And then on the other side, we have 30 minus 25, which is 5. Very good. And now you guys, just so you know, you can check your answer by substituting back in. So here, you guys, if we put this 5 back in for the x, that says 5 plus 25 is equal to 30. And then if you get a true statement like this is, that means you got the right answer. All right, so for example 2, we've got subtraction equations, okay? What is the inverse operation to subtraction? Addition. And again, you guys, the first thing we want to do is we want to draw that line at the equal sign. And then you're going to take your finger and you're going to cover up the term that we were solving for. So we're solving for, that's a p. So we're solving for the p. So we're going to cover that up. Now, we want that dot all by itself on the left-hand side of the line. So what do I want to get rid of? What do I want to get rid of? The 34. Now, that says minus 34. So how do I get rid of it? You have to add 34. Very good. So you're going to add 34 on both sides. Now, again, negative 34 plus 34. That cancels to 0. Is everybody with me? All right. So now P minus 0, that's just p. And then on the other side, we have negative 425 plus 34, and what does that give me? Negative 391. Remember, you guys, when you are adding integers with different signs, you subtract the digits and take the sign of the larger number. Example 3. This is a multiplication equation. These are multiplication equations. And the inverse of multiplication is division. Now, I am going to say this a million times. We are not using the dot line dot anymore for division. We use the fraction bar for division. Is everybody clear? All right. So, again, we're going to draw the line where the equal sign is. We're going to use our finger to cover up the x. That's what we're solving for. So what do I want to get rid of? The 12. Okay, so we want to do something with the 12. Now, because this says 12 times x, we divide. Very good. So we're going to divide by 12 on both sides. And 12 divided by 12 is what? 1. So this 12 divided, anything divided by itself is 1. So this says 1 times x, which is x. And then on the other side, 144 divided by 12 is 12. Is everybody clear? So example 4 are division equations. And of course, division, the inverse is multiplication. Okay. And again, the process is still the same. We're going to draw our line. And you're going to put your finger. You guys don't scribble it out. Okay? You put your finger on the x. That's what we're solving for. Now, what do I want to get rid of? The 15. So we want to do something with the 15. Now, because this says x divided by 15, we're going to multiply both sides by 15. Now, you guys, do not use the x for multiplication. Okay? Use the dot or use parentheses. So now, this is a 15 in the numerator, 15 in the denominator. What can I do with those? Cancel it out. That simplifies to 1. 1 times x is x. And then over there, 5 times 15 is 75. Piece of cake? All right. All right. So, for example, 1b, we have negative 14 is equal to 0 plus 4. Okay? So when we cover up the g, that means we want to get rid of the positive 4. Because that is a plus 4, we're going to subtract 4 on both sides, and then we end up with g is equal to negative 18. Remember, we're going to do a keep, change, right? Keep, change, and that's going to give us negative 18. So for 1c, okay, we have 570, very good, is equal to 33 plus x, beautiful. And then we're going to cover up the x, which means we want to get rid of the 33. Now because, you guys, let me just show you this one. Everybody look at the board here. When we are covering up the x, remember, you cover up the x and its sign. Okay, does everybody see that? So what kind of 33 is that? What kind of 33 is this? Positive or negative? Positive. So this is a positive 33. Does everybody understand that? Yes. So that means that's the reason why we are going to subtract 33. That's the reason why we're going to subtract 33 on both sides. Is everybody clear with that? So the 33s, those cancel to 0. And then x is equal to 537. Beautiful. So here, you guys, is 2b. Okay? So on this one, we're covering up the g which means we want to get rid of this negative 91. So because that's a minus 91, we're going to add 91 on both sides. So when I do that, those 91s cancel. That's a number plus its opposite. That's equal to 0. And we're left with g on that side. G minus 0 is g. And then we've got on the other side, because we're adding 45 plus 91, that gives us 136. So g is equal to 136. So for 2c, we've got negative 67 is equal to c minus negative 4. Now, on this one, you guys, I want you to write this down. Clean it up first. Clean it up first. So, what do I mean by clean it up? We're going to keep, change, change. Is everybody with me? So, keep, change. This now becomes negative 67 is equal to c plus 4. Does everybody see how it's less confusing? There's not so many signs in there. Okay? So now, when we cover up the c, now what am I going to do to get that by itself? Because it says plus 4, what do I want to do? Yeah. So all we're going to do here is we're going to subtract 4 on both sides. Okay? So this is a number plus its opposite. That cancels to 0, simplifies to 0. C plus 0 is C. And then over here we're going to do a keep, change, right? And then negative 67 plus a negative 4 is a negative 71. So for 3b, we've got negative 23m. Do I see it up there? Negative 23m equals 92. So here, you guys, we are covering up the m, which means we want to get rid of the negative 23. Now, because that says negative 23 times m, we're going to divide by 23 on both sides. So when we do that, the negative 23's simplify to 1, and m is equal to negative 4. So we've got a negative 168 is equal to a negative 14k, right? So when we cover up the k, that means we want to get rid of the negative 14. Now, because that says negative 14k, negative 14 times k, what do I want to do here? So that means we need to divide by the negative 14, right? So these negative 14s cancel. Those negative 14s cancel to 1. 1 times k is k. And then a negative 168 divided by a negative 14 is equal to a positive 12. So for example, 4b, we have 9 is equal to x divided by negative 17. Now because we are dividing, that says x divided by negative 17, we're going to multiply by negative 17 on both sides. So here, the negative 17's cancel to 1, and then that's going to give me 1 times x. And then negative 17 times 9 is equal to negative 153. And then for 4c, we've got k divided by negative 4 is equal to 44. We're going to get rid of the negative 4. Now, because this says k divided by negative 4, we want to multiply by negative 4 on both sides. So when we do that, these 4's cancel to 1. 1 times k is k. And 44 times negative 4 is negative 176.